First and foremost, I gotta say congratulations to both fighters, Nonito Donaire, the Filipino Flash, and the monster from Japan, Naoya Inoue, for participating in this and real champions, so we could know who the best is the best of the best is. You know what I mean? Now, although in my opinion, there was two straps that weren't in this. Not in my opinion, that's a fact. Two straps that weren't in this tournament. Naoya Inoue leaves out with two. There's two others out there, but let's get into it, man. World Boxing Super Series Final, WBA, IBF, and Ring Magazine title on the line. Great fight in Japan, man. No need to go there. The first fight, I'm sorry, the first round, the fight's basically in the center of the ring. You know what I mean? Um, Inoue's throwing and landing the double jab. You know what I'm saying? Throwing the jab to the pit of the stomach, throwing the right hand over the top, throwing the nice check left hooks by the monster, and he's throwing body shots. You know what I mean? The Filipino Flash, he does land some body shots while the man Naoya is on the ropes, but I gave round one to the monster. Round two was a close round. Donaire catches the monster on the chin with the left hook, and he cuts his right eye with the left hook. You know what I mean? Jab to the stomach and to the head, and lead right hands by the monster. Close round, could go either way, but I gave it to Naoya Inoue. Round three was another close round. Nonito's walking down the monster. You know what I mean? He's throwing the left hook to the body. Naoya Inoue throws a nice check left hook, but the monster clinches. He clinched once when he got caught. You know what I mean? It was a fast-paced fight in the round three. You know what I'm saying? In the center of the ring, and also with some lateral movement um, from the man, the monster. But it was a fast-paced round. But I favored that particular round to Nonito Donaire. Round four, the monster's boxing. You know what I mean? He's using his jab and left hook counters. He's making Nonito Donaire miss. But the last 15 seconds, the Filipino Flash, he lands a beautiful lead right hand. You know what I mean? Beautiful lead right hand. Round five, the monsters, in my opinion, so far between the first four rounds, it was his best round. Now we knew his best round was round five. He catches Nonito Donaire with a big left hook and a flush right hand that wobbles the Filipino Flash. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The monster, he's trying to go in for the kill now, but the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, he throws his patented left hook, and he was saved by the bell. That left hook of Nonito Donaire is the reason why, in my opinion, he didn't even get knocked out. You know what I mean? That's that left hook. He kept that left hook tight, and he would throw that left hook out of nowhere like a home run swinger. You know what I mean? He'd throw that MF from his hips. You know what I mean? And it was a beautiful round, but he got saved by himself throwing that left hook because the monster. Now we knew he was going in for the kill. Round six, the monster. He's dictating the pace and the range. Um, He's throwing the lead right hands and one twos and left hooks behind it. That was a beautiful combination that he had. Lead right hand and then a one two and then a left hook behind it. You know what I mean? Nonito Donaire is looking a little slower and on it, but the monster, far man, in my opinion, arguably he has the best check left hook in boxing. You know what I mean? There was numerous times he landed that check left hook. Round seven, the Filipino Flash left eye swollen under his eye. Nonito Donaire's throwing lead right hands, but the monster has him under pressure all the whole round. You know what I mean? Round eight, Nonito Donaire catches the monster with the lead right hand, flowing out the right eye of the monster. You know what I mean? Now we're Inoue. You know what I'm saying? In that particular round, he almost got knocked out in that round. He got wobbled. He made a mistake of hooking with the hooker, which is a no-no. You can't be there trying to hook with the Filipino Flash. You know what I mean? That's a recipe for disaster. You know what I mean? And I'm surprised he ain't get knocked out in that round. That's one thing I did notice. And this is to me the best opponent that Naoya Inoue has faced. But his defense at times it was looking a little leaky. You know what I mean? I thought the man Nonito Donaire would have taken advantage of that cut right eye with his left hook, you know what I mean? His patent left hook. Round nine, Naoya Inoue is hurt bad with the pull counter clean right hand from the man Nonito Donaire. Beautiful pull counter lead right hand. Catches him flush on the face, you know what I mean? He's leaking bad from the nose and the eye. The Filipinos flash, he's smelling the KO, you know what I mean? He's trying to go in for the kill. But the monster, he gets the clinching, you know what I'm saying? He got the clinching and, because he was almost about to go down, you know what I mean? It wasn't excessive clinching, but he sensed a sense of urgency because he almost got knocked out in round 8, you know what I mean? And round 9. Uh, Round 10, there was a great finish from the monster. He's circling now. He's actually bending his waist, using a lot of head movement. He's using his 1-2. He's slipping punches and he's riding punches, you know what I mean? He's now looking like it's now go time. It's round 10, 11, and 12. If the fight has to go the distance, the monster definitely was equipped for these rounds, you know what I mean? Especially how he now had momentum was swinging his way, you know what I mean? He was feeling basically he had more swag in his game, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The Filipino Flash catches him with the jab that opens up the nose, bleeding. But overall, it was one of the Naoya Inoue's best rounds, you know what I mean? Making the Filipino Flash miss and making him pay. Round 11, the Flash, Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, he got hit with the left hook to the ribs. Mean left hook to the ribs. Had the man, the Filipino Flash, running around the ring before he goes down on his 2 knees. You know what I mean? Goes down in severe pain. Mean body shot right there in the solar plexus. You know what I mean? Beautiful left hook. And, the monster to me is one of the best body punchers in the game. But Nonito Donaire also showed he's a beautiful puncher too to the body. You know what I mean? But that particular round, Nonito Donaire almost gave up. He almost quit. But he got up quick at 9. You know what I mean? He got up at the count of 9. I couldn't believe it, but that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? Now the monster's going in for the kill. He's ripping body shots, throwing headshots. Got the man Nonito Donaire on the ropes. You know what I mean? Try going for the kill, but then the Filipino Flash man Nonito Donaire lands a beautiful left hook. You know what I'm saying? Throws that left hook like he's in batting practice and catches a man Nonito the what's his name? The monster in between those exchanges with that mean left hook that stops him in his tracks. And Nonito Donaire survives the 11th round. You know what I mean? Round 12, definitely a Nonito, I'm sorry, Naoya Inoue round. The And basically, the Filipino Flash, he just has nothing left in the tank as far as maybe he's not tired, but that body shot basically took out all the air from what he had left in the fight. Round 11 was a 10-8 round, you know what I mean? And round 12 was definitely a Monster Inui round, you know what I'm saying? So I had this fight overall 115 to 112, you know what I'm saying? I had it 7 rounds to 5 for the Monster. I'd made my prediction. I predicted that the Monster will win a unanimous decision, probably 8 rounds to 4. So I was off by 1 round, you know what I mean? I think I said 8 rounds to 4, maybe 9 rounds to 3. But definitely we got a 7-5 victory on our parts, you know what I mean? I think the judges had it, some had it 9-3, one judge had it a close, like a draw, but the difference being the knockdown, and one judge had it in my favor, like 115, 112, you know what I mean? So I gave Naoya Inoue rounds, uh, I gave the Monster round 1, 4, 5, 6, uh, 10, 11, and 12. You know what I mean? Those are the rounds that I gave him. I gave Nonito Donaire round 2, 3, 7, 8, 10, and that about it. What's up, ECW in the chat? He says Frampton beat Donaire easier than Inoue. No question indeed. But never forget, the man Naoya Inoue was definitely the smaller fighter today. If you look at the body sizes from both fighters in the ring, Nonito Donaire was much bigger. And also, Nonito Donaire lost to Carl Frampton in Carl Frampton's natural weight division. You know what I mean? Sure, Nonito Donaire has achieved world titles at 126 once. Nonito Donaire, I'm trying to tell you, four different division champion, eight-time champion in boxing. Just stamp him into the Hall of Fame right now. He's going to Canastota, New York. It's no question about it, you know what I mean? And I gave him a lot of credit tonight, you know what I'm saying? The Filipino Flash showed a lot of moxie, a lot of heart, you know what I mean? And he gave this guy the most difficult fight of his career. Now, some people are gonna be jump out the window and say that the Filipino Flash is overrated. Nah, man. You see, that's what you guys tried to say about Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. You guys tried to say that Errol Spence got exposed, especially on the inside. Well, if you really know what happened in that fight, Errol Spence actually landed more body shots than Sean Porter. You know what I mean? When you fight a great fighter, there will be a close fight. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Nobody got exposed. The monster faced the best opponent of his career. You know, the what's his name? Nonito Donaire. Arguably, that was his best weight class ever in his career. 118. You know what I mean? When he was sparking out, guys like Fernando Montiel and Jorge Arce and the likes. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's what I give. I give him a lot of credit. So you're right about that. ECW Frampton beat Donaire easier than Inoue, but Frampton was at his natural weight class. You know what I'm saying? Inoue is a guy who's moved up in weight from like 105, 108 pounds, now campaigning at 118. You know what I mean? So that's where the difficulties came. But overall, he passed with flying colors on my book. Hashman Boxing, what the deal, man? He says Frampton is a bigger man than Inoue 126. Exactamundo. He just said what I said. I didn't even read your quote, but we agree with that quote. Kazumi, what's up, Kinoko? He writes something in Japanese. I'm not familiar with reading Japanese, but I salute you for coming. Oh, but he still made it look easier and is technically better. Are you serious? What do you mean? Who's technically better? ECW. What do you mean? Who's technically better? Who's technically better than who? You gotta rephrase that so we understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? But I think that that Filipino Flash, if he doesn't retire, I think he maybe should have a farewell fight, maybe in the Bay Area where he's from, out there, San Francisco, or or a farewell fight in his home country of the Philippines. You know what I mean? I think he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? I do think he's going to go to the Hall of Fame. He has 6 losses in his career. No shame in his game. He has over 40 wins, or he has 40 wins on the dot in his career. You know what I mean? He was one of the um, better smaller weight fighters of his era. You know what I'm saying? Pound for pound. I remember him as high as number 3 pound for pound on the pound for pound list. ECW says Frampton has a better skill set, better footwork, defense, etc. If you're saying he has better footwork and all that than Monster Inoue, I'm going to disagree with you respectfully. I highly doubt that. You know what I mean? Carl Frampton is a kind of guy who he can punch. I think that's his best attribute. But at the end of the day, Carl Frampton ain't doing nothing. Now Uwe Inoue advances, and you see, I don't think Carl Frampton didn't even put this guy Inoue, I mean the Filipino Flash on the canvas. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Sure, I thought that the Frampton had an easier time with Donaire, but then again, the monster handled his business tonight, and he comes out in a fight that has world titles on the line. That Frampton fight wasn't no world titles on the line. Maybe there wasn't that much motivation for Filipino Flash, but at the end of the day, no shame in his game. I applaud him for his efforts tonight. You see, what's his name? Cape Kipling says, "Who do you like, Inoue versus Neri?" Now that would be a great fight. I'd love to see that fight. I think it'll be a war. But if the guy is not on steroids, Luis Neri, and he doesn't come in with a weight advantage, I think it's a war, and I think I'd favor the monster to win that fight. You know what I mean? But I'd love to see that fight. Speaking of that, I gotta go and look for Nordine Ubali, the WBC champion who was on the undercard of this particular card of the main event. He beat up Naoya Inui's little brother. You know what I mean? He beat him up. I didn't get to see the fight because I woke up at 7. I was like, oh shit, I forgot the fight is on tonight, and 7 o'clock Eastern. And I put on the fight, and Donaire and what's his name, the Filipino, I'm sorry, the monster were just walking into the ring. So I gotta find Nordine Ubali's fight versus Naoya Inouye's little brother. You know what I mean? And I heard he got battered, and he's a WBC champion. So Naoya Inoue has to go avenge that loss of his little brother on some Vladimir Klitschko type shit and Vitaly Klitschko, you know what I mean? On the Corey Saunders shit. You know what I'm saying? Vitaly Klitschko beat up Corey Saunders after Corey Saunders. Vladimir Klitschko pummeled Chris Bird after Chris Bird had beat Vitaly Klitschko. So this guy gotta do the same thing, you know what I mean? Let me see if that fight is on online. Takamo Inoue. I hope it is because I want to watch it. Yeah, Kipling, I do. I like Inoue in that fight. ECW says respect to Inoue, but I don't think he should move up in weight. Nah, he ain't got to move up in weight, man. He ain't clean out his division. Ain't nobody thinking about that yet. I know he ain't thinking about that yet. He got business to handle. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. They got to fight, and I'm about to watch that fight, and I'm gonna give y'all a post-fight review. ECW says Rashid Warren disappointed me when he lost to Nordine Ubali. ECW, I wasn't disappointed one bit. I knew that would happen. Yeah, they fought in the Olympics, and Nordine Ubali beat him in the Olympics. You know, and it's not written in stone that if you beat somebody in the amateurs, you're gonna beat them in the pro ranks. But I watched that fight and I did my research and I did a film study and I was like, man, Rashid Warren ain't beating this guy. It's not happening. I was rooting for Rashid Warren, the American, no question about it. But I knew he wouldn't beat that Frenchman. That Frenchman is a tough cookie. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. JK96 says Inoue number one. Yeah, he's number one at bantamweight, no doubt about it. I agree with you. He has two straps, unified. ECW says I know, but I always felt Rashid Warren was more talented. Rashid Warren could be talented as all he could be, but Rashid Warren is a guy who look, man, Rashid Warren was in two Olympics, then come out of the Olympics with no gold, no medal, no bronze, no silver. Rashid Warren became a world champion in a controversial fight versus that guy Payano. Those were two crucial fights. Then he lost his world title in his first title defense to Zanat Zakiano. In my opinion, he's been quite a disappointment, but at least he achieved and realized his dream of becoming a world champion. Didn't even get to defend the title, lost it on his first title defense. So I just and the guys, the guy languished in the amateur ranks for too long. You know what I mean? The guy's in his 30s, but it is what it is. Nothing against him. It is just the truth about the guy. You know what I'm saying? No doubt indeed. So, yo, B March Boxing, big ups to everybody in the chat. YH, JK, JK96, ECW, ECW, Kipling, Kinoko Kazuyama, Hashman Boxing, big up on yourself. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Congratulations to the monster, unifying WBA IBF Ring Magazine title, taking himself home a Ali Trophy, and he is the winner of the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight Tournament. Be March Boxing, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. I'm gone. Peace.